Good morning. Old Fisherman is going to show you his truck and boat that he uses. That his truck is a 2000 Chevrolet Silverado, and I only use it for pulling my boat, unless I'm hauling wood or something. It stays hooked up to the boat. We got a 20-foot, a 17-foot crestliner. It's about an inch shorter than 17 foot, and it's got the seat up front, and I got a little seat in the back, and I've done some work on it. I'm going to show you what I've done and walk up to it. This is the Old Fisherman's boat. It's an aluminum boat. I bought it at auction. I put some carpet in it here lately. One time I didn't even have carpet in it. Got a big old gel cell battery in it. That's the battery I use, a huge battery. My son Clay gave it to me. Best battery I ever had. Never have went dead. As much as I fish, it's 3 years old. And I just recharge it and she keeps on going. Can't beat it. I got a 25 Yamaha and a fish finder right here with a swivel on it where I can turn it to the front and look, or I can look at it when I'm driving. This is my little pole that I got mounted in the boat. Or my doggone, I got my selfie stick tied to a metal rod and over here, and it slides down in this pole, and so I've got a selfie stick taped to a rod, and I can adjust it up and down. You see it right there. And this is a piece of PVC that I use. I use this boat for shrimping, so I slide my shrimp poles in that hole, and it locks them in place, and they go right in this groove. This boat was originally bought for shrimping. And there's my famous live well everybody wants to see, a 55-gallon plastic drum. I use it. I made it for shrimping also. And when I'm shrimping, I dump my shrimp in them when I bring them out the ocean, and I dump my load of shrimp in the shrimp net, throw net, into that drum. You can see that it's just a simple boat. Now I've extended. This is 12-inch extension. The edge of the boat, the deck used to be right here at this point, and I extended it out to give me a bigger deck. And also it makes me a little ledge to put my stuff under. It's not a lot of room in this boat. The old live well was in here, and I use it for dry storage. I got a lot of jigs and stuff in there. You always see me going in there to tie something on, and I got this old tackle box I carry stuff too. And I got my buoys up under there, and a container to hold my extra jigs that I tear up where I can remelt and make some You Got to Love It jigs. And we got an old rod holder here. This was an old door bracket. I mount it, and then I drill a hole, and of course I had this made for my rod. This rod here is all out of stainless and aluminum. So, and then the most important thing in my boat, and you're gonna probably laugh, is I made this bracket. If you look up under here, this is the handle that you pull the boat with. Well, I made me a piece of wood and cut it, a groove in it where it slide on that handle, and made this because I like a transom mount trolling motor where I can, if it was a bow mount, and I'm explaining it to you, it would put the trolling motor out to the front here, which would be too close to me. I don't like that. With this angle right here, and when I do my circle swing, that handle is right here at my seat, and so I can go in a circle swing. And if I'm going straight, the handle's still right here, and I'm always fishing out this side of the boat. So that's why I got this trolling motor mounted like I do. Probably nobody else does that crazy stuff like that. But I made the little bracket instead of buying a transom, a bow mount trolling motor to fit up here where I could have pulled it back and have it where I could pull it up. I'd rather do it like this because of the convenience of where my extended handle comes when I'm fishing. I always fish out that side of the boat. And that's why I do that. If you'll notice the old boat here, it's been welded several times. I don't know if you can see the welds up under there, but I done wore the bottom out, had to get it welded to keep it from leaking. Hey, it's an old boat, people. It's old, but it works. I've had to redo the trailer a couple times. I've had it welded and supported here. So, hey, I'm telling you, we have rigged this thing, but it keeps on going. I put a new axle in it this year because I broke the axle out. But we got carpet, the old live well, and and we got the, you know, it's dirty. It's got fish scales in it. Hey, that's what a fishing boat's supposed to look like. You get a man that's got a crystal clear boat, guess what? He ain't catching no fish. If it's clean, he ain't catching no fish unless he's coming home and clean it every day. One reason when I had my bass boat and it was new, I wiped it down every day, and I hate wiping a boat down, so I don't worry about this one. Hey, it didn't cost me much, and you can tell I don't. You can see where I've been driving it up to the dock. When I drive it up to the dock and the wind's blowing, it rubs all. If that'd be a new boat, I'd go crazy tearing up my boat like that. But it don't bother me with this boat. So if I had a new boat, I'd be worried about it getting scratched up while I went and got my truck to back in the water to load it up. And all that stuff is, I just like the fact that I don't have to worry about bruising it up because it's already bruised up. And that is a plus. When you got a boat that you use and it's already bruised up, you ain't got to worry about bruising it up. You can rest easy. And it's paid for. That's the big thing. It's paid for. And I hate to go buy me another boat. I could, but then I'd have to worry about cleaning it up and waxing it down, and Old Fisherman getting too old for all that. I do have to get me some new numbers. I notice my numbers ain't very good shape. The game department's going to be getting me. So I got to go to Walmart and buy me some new numbers. But that's the rig. The Old Fisherman's rig. You see it. Doggone old 2000 Chevrolet truck and a daggone almost a 17-foot Crestliner with a 25 Yamaha 2-stroke, the last one I could find anywhere. And the only thing I hate about it is a pull start, not electric start. But hey, it's not too bad to crank. So that's it. And I'm gonna walk over here and I'm gonna show you. If you bear with me, I'm gonna do a little walking, and I just done a fish cleaning video, and my selfie stick is in the tree over here. So, but I'm gonna show you my little rig that I got, that I use for my camera. You see this? You got this rod here. I know y'all gonna get a kick out of this. If I can show it to you. I'm gonna stand it up right there. I'm gonna stand it up. It's an old net. See it? It's an old minnow net. Actually, it was a goldfish pond net. And you see the ring in it there. Well, I decided I'd just get me an old selfie stick, tape to it, and I slide that joker. I used to put it in that wire back there. You see that wire? I used to slide it in the hole in the floor. That's where it was. And then I changed it, put it over there, and got it higher where I could show the fish coming out the water better. So I slide it in this conduit, and that conduit is low enough where it don't hit nothing. And I usually slide my little selfie stick in it when I get to the lake. I slide it down in there, and that kind of holds it pretty good. But the only problem I have some kind of time with it wobbling, when I extend this selfie stick out, it wants to wobble a little bit. But you see what I'm dealing with. An old selfie stick, it's done broke on me. I got tape on it. It's one I hadn't lost my phone. I sometimes put a rubber band over here to hold my phone in. But it works. And that old rod, that aluminum rod is kind of crooked. Well, that's good because when you slide it in that conduit back there, it wedges itself in there and it don't shake so bad. So that is how you can rig up something real simple to video if you don't mind anchoring a conduit to the side of your seat in the boat. You can see I got it anchored with I got a couple 1-hole straps and a couple 2-hole straps anchored the conduit against the side of the boat. And that's the way it is. The Old Fisherman's rig. Hey, you got to love it. And I extended my deck here. You can see the board I use right there for the support. Right there you see the board. That's my support. And that's what you got going across here. So it works real well. I'm probably going to have to do something with my seat though. It's getting leaning. It's kind of wobbly. I done broke out. I had to put a piece of wood that didn't rot under there for support because it split where my where the part was that went down in the boat, so I had to reinforce that. It's got that wood. It don't. It's I don't forget the name of it, but it don't rot, and it's a man-made stuff, almost like I don't know what they make it out of, but it's a hard piece of board. But anyhow, that's what we're dealing with. The Old Fisherman. You can see I got all my rods tied here to the side. I ain't real neat. Got them over there, but hey, it works. Got my long rods over there, my shorter rods over here. Got about 15 rods in there, I guess. Way too many. All of them's in the way all the time, but hey, can't go without all my rods. But you see the old selfie stick. But that's what the Old Fisherman does now. And I want to show you my rig. Old Chevrolet pickup truck. I used to use it when I worked, and when I got that trailer down there to match my truck, and that's what I used to wire houses with. My truck and trailer, it was in good shape. I started wiring houses, and of course my old shed I keep my boat under. That's it. That's what we got right there. The Old Fisherman, and hey, I just had to show you. It ain't nothing fancy, and I'm a little ashamed of it, but it works, and I don't have to worry about keeping it clean. See ya.